Hello everyone, my name's Ethan Wilson and welcome to Ethan Wilson's Film Critic Cave, and today I'm going to be doing my rundown of the 10 most overrated films of all time. Number 1, The Greatest Showman. Ladies and gents, is this the moment you've waited for? No it fucking isn't. This is the moment where I realised this film is a 2-hour Instagram filter wrapped around a musical biopic so historically inaccurate it makes Braveheart look like a BBC documentary. P.T. Barnum was a con man who exploited disabled people for money. But hey, he sings in a top hat, so now he's the underdog icon of inclusion. The song slaps, sure, but don't mistake glitter for gold, or character development, or historical accountability. Number 2, Fight Club. I do like Fight Club, but at the end of the day, it's Brad Pitt looking like a shit vampire whispering the first rule of Fight Club like it unlocks the secrets of the universe. Meanwhile, Edward Norton is the world's most fucking boring narrator who apparently has no other personality trait besides existential crisis. The plot? Oh, it's profound alright, if your definition of profound is men hit each other to feel something. Honestly, it's a movie that loves to show off its cleverness, but it doesn't have much to say beyond buy less stuff and hit people. It's like a philosophical PowerPoint presented by a soap salesman with very bad anger issues. Number 3, The Blair Witch Project. You don't see the monster, that's what makes it scary. No, you shut up now, you've been brainwashed. What makes this film scary is how someone convinced the world that this jittery student film that Goodrich Bunting's Shaft was more scary than was revolutionary. What you actually get is an hour and a half of people yelling each other's names in the woods like a lost theatre troupe. It's Spinal Tap without the jokes. Horror deserves better than 3 kids filming trees and calling attention. Number 4, La La Land. It's a love letter to old Hollywood, they say. Yes, but it's also written in fucking crayon. This film is 2 hours of privileged sad people looking wistfully at each other while doing jazz like they found it on sale. Ryan Gosling's character is a walking Reddit thread called Actually Jazz, while Emma Stone's biggest obstacle in life is traffic. And when they finally do something bold, an ending that subverts expectations is too little too late. Beautiful colours, great music, but emotional depth as shallow as Richard Montagner's backyard swimming pool, and spoiler alert, Richard Montagner does not have a backyard swimming pool. Number 5, The Dark Knight Rises. But Ethan, I hear you cry, it's Christopher Nolan. Yes, and Nolan made a film where Batman retires because his girlfriend died, comes back, fights Mumble McTerrorist, and then fakes his death to sip espresso in Florence like a Bond villain on sabbatical. It's big, it's dumb, it's big dumb, and the plot has more holes than Bane's weird sweater. Number 6, A Quiet Place. Ooh, what an interesting concept, a world where you can't make a sound, except for when the plot demands a dramatic scream. What starts as a tense horror premise devolves into a baby-having, waterfowl-screaming, nail-stepping exercise in logic betrayal. And the monster design? Oh great! More shrieking alien knockoffs with ears for heads. Critics call it genius, I call it tense for 20 minutes and dumb for the rest. Number 7, The Revenant. Leonardo DiCaprio crawls through snow, eats raw bison, gets mauled by a bear, and looks very cold. That's it. That's the movie. It's a cinematic equivalent of a flex. Look how much I suffered for my art. Yeah, Leo, we get it. You rolled in some guts and slept in a horse. But you know what you didn't do? Act. You grunted and limped for 2 hours while the camera did all the work. This isn't performance. It's an endurance sport. Oscar well deserved? Sure. But let's stop pretending this is a masterpiece, not a glorified ASMR survival video. Number 8, Titanic. I do like Titanic, but it's 3.5 hours of ship foreplay followed by Jack, for 40 solid minutes! 40 fucking minutes! You knew how it would end, and yet they still somehow managed to make it longer than the actual sinking of the Titanic. There was room when that door rose. There was room, greedy bitch. Number 9, Interstellar. Interstellar is what happens when Christopher Nolan decides to replace coherent storytelling with 3 fucking hours of space corn and sobbing. It's a film that wants to be a mind-bending sci-fi epic but ends up feeling like a TED Talk on gravity delivered by Matthew McConaughey through a fucking fog machine. The plot hinges on dust storms destroying Earth. Yes, dust storms. And the solution is, love transcends time and space, which sounds less like science and more like somebody desperately trying to justify crying in a fucking library. Speaking of crying, McConaughey's performance is literally a masterclass in gravel voice emotional over-explaining. In short, it has gorgeous visuals, a bombastic score, and a plot that treats love as the final equation for everything, which is sweet if you like your hard science served with a side of emotional sugar crush. And number 10, The Wolf of Wall Street. Oh, The Wolf of Wall Street, the cinematic equivalent of a cocaine-laced frat party film through Martin Scorsese's old, trembling, exhausted hands as he screams, "Yes, this is art," while DiCaprio dry humps a pile of dollar bills like it owes him child support. Do you want 3 hours of bloated, glorified, white-collar crime with the solidity of a jackhammer to the fucking face? Congratulations, you've got it. The Wolf of Wall Street is less a movie and more a testosterone-soaked Instagram reel for guys who think Andrew Tate makes some good points. First of all, let's talk about the tone, or should I say, the lack of it. Is it satire? Is it indulgence? Is it just Scorsese saying, "Hey, what if I made Goodfellas, but instead of gangsters, we had stockbrokers who shout about millions of dollars for 120 minutes straight"? Spoiler, it's all of the above, and none of them well. And Leonardo DiCaprio, I mean, bravo Leo, you fully committed for this role. You licked feet, you popped pills, you drooled, screamed, and crawled like a toddler with a trust fund. But there comes a point in every actor's career where you just need to ask yourself, am I doing this for the Oscar? Or am I doing this for the lads? Because this performance, this wasn't Oscar worthy. This was an audition tape for the fucking Joker. Margot Robbie shows up for all the horny beasts out there. She does an accent, she takes her clothes off, because of course she does, and then disappears for most of the runtime. Character development? You wish. She's just another accessory, or is that the right word? Accessory? Accessory. I think so. For Joan Belfort's manic, shallow, smug descent into nothingness. And let's not forget the moral of the story. Crime pays, unless you're poor. Jordan gets a light slap on the wrist and then becomes a motivational speaker. A motivational fucking speaker! That's not a twist, that's a gut punch from capitalism itself. And yet, the film ends like it's clever. Like, it knows it's complicit, but it doesn't condemn Belfort. It winks at him. The final shot may as well be a used car salesman slowly clapping as he stares at the camera. The final verdict? The Wolf of Wall Street is a fever dream of excess, wearing a $5,000 suit and farting stock options while screaming, "Sell me this pen!" into your very soul. It's entertaining, sure, like watching a live feed of a dumpster fire is entertaining, or maybe some prime Violet Myers. But don't pretend it's deep. It's not satire, it's just shit with a budget. Jonah Hill is in it though, and I fucking love you, Jonah Hill.